This program is brought to you by Emory University.
My name is Weiling Wang, and now I am a Ph.D. candidate in Shandong University, China, and my major is civil law. As to the reason why I came to Emory University, it has something to do with my supervisor in China. She used to be a visiting scholar here, and he works with Professor Feynman. When I was helping her with translating one of Professor Feynman's books, The Autonomy Myth, I became very interested in Professor Feynman's feminist legal theory. I want to know more about this. So to sum up, it is Professor Feynman and her feminist legal theory project bring me to Emory Law School. When I was young, when I was in elementary school, there is a boy in my class who is a best friend of mine. Both of us are a little naughty, but we did very well in study. Actually, I'm even better than him. But the problem is all the teachers said he's a good, smart boy, but they said I'm not a good girl. Because according to them, a good girl means you should quiet, sweet, maybe a little shy, but it is okay for a boy to be naughty or loud. I'm very curious about this different treatment we received just because of gender. And I was troubled by this issue since then. I'm totally against this difference between girls and boys idea. But I never think about it theoretically. So when I learned about feminist legal theory when I was in my master program, I know this is what I want to learn. Actually, one beauty theory is a totally new theory to me. It is after I came to Emory Law School, I have a chance to know about, learn about it. Because deep inside me, I always think the reason why we have state or social institution is because individuals are not strong enough. We need to gather up and to solve the problems that individuals cannot solve. This thought is kind of coincidence with vulnerability theory. So I was attracted to this theory quickly. Actually, in June, I presented an article on the workshop for vulnerability, resilience, and social responsibility for economic and social well-being. That paper is about the educational problem on the left-behind children in China. In current China, education equality is a very big problem, especially for the left-behind children. So in that paper, I used vulnerability theory to analyze that our shared vulnerability means everyone should have equal access to education, and a responsive state should make sure these basic social goods are equally open, equally and generally open to all other people, and no people will be unduly privileged, and no people was disadvantaged. In my mind, legal theory is very important in our world, and the most important is it has guidance for the legislation and policy. If a legal theory cannot translate it into legislation or policy, I think it's useless. So I always want to do some research on how both have a guiding significance and connected to practice. So in Emory, I want to, through the study in Emory, I want to introduce feminist legal theory to China, and maybe I'll do my best to fight for the justice for women. I remember the first book I read about feminist legal theory. The first chapter calls Thinking Like a Feminist. I always thought the way you think is the most important thing during your academic research. So there is an old saying in China. It says, to teach one how to fish is better than giving him fish. So during my visiting time, I hope I can know how to fish.